Hi everybody, Phil the Issues Guy. It's still a long time before Game of Thrones comes back. We're dealing with this long night with no new episodes till 2019. But I've been craving to talk about some of Thrones right now. There's just so many awesome angles to look at as this series heads towards its conclusion. Now this video may be more personal than other things we've done, but I do talk for roughly 2 hours each podcast, so what could I really disclose here? And who remembers what I say anyways? If I'm sitting here and honestly examining why some characters are my binky, and some create that visceral hate that I only save for friends and family, I need to go there when exploring this. The way I feel when I watch shows like Game of Thrones, Deep Space Nine, Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, it's a relationship with these projections of people. I try to find any connective tissue, and by doing this, it's easier for me to relate. It's how I connect. I compare things to my own journey down this yellow brick road of poop. So let's start this Game of Thrones discussion with Jon Snow and Tyrion Lannister in the pilot episode. The first thing that connected me with Game of Thrones, the first time I watched it as I waited for Tyrion to do a backflip into the scene, was waiting for this discussion with Jon and Tyrion. Right from go, I could tell that this series was going to be very different because it didn't sugarcoat truths about life. And Tyrion was laying down some major pipe. He was laying down some major truths in a major way. And seeing these two characters who were very relatable to me was just cathartic. Tyrion connecting to Jon for being a bastard or a broken thing, telling him to own it, just rang so much truth as Tyrion is further along that path. Jon is still dealing with a lot of insecurity and very naive at this point in his life. Now, because of my own life experiences, I'm not going to go into much detail because I don't want to depress you guys. I want to keep this interesting and silly rather than sad. But what I can say, I had a really messed up family life with a parent that took out my birth on me. And I was also a bastard. And I was on a lifelong quest to find out who my father was. And even though it was futile, it was something that drove me. So at the beginnings of this scene, and to stretch out to this complete episode as a whole, and maybe the entire series, it engaged me to these characters. I was involved in their journey. And it doesn't stop there, especially with Tyrion. Even if events in life can be seen as criminal or immoral, and trust me, my family would be accused of both of those things, I still defended them in public. No matter what crimes or messed up shit happened in my house, I was proud to be a Lannister. And even when Tyrion fought back because he couldn't take it anymore and his father crossed so many lines, pushed him so far, he couldn't do anything but kill him. In that moment, and every moment after that, he felt a sense of loss. Because it doesn't matter how screwed up someone in your life can be, if it's someone like a mother or a father, most people will miss them on some level when they're gone, even if they're a gigantic piece of shit, or took a gigantic shit. Now on to Jon. Jon growing up in a house with someone that made him feel unwelcomed and always dreaming but still dreading that question about parentage is something I can directly relate to. It's almost a parallel to my situation. Now, at least Ned said to him that he'd tell him next time. My answer was a little less evolved than that. It was a slap across the face to tell me his name is Spider-Man, don't I ask again. But I understand that quest for a foundation. Needing to know where you came from. It's something that, not just me, many people can relate to that. And seeing it on screen in the manifestation of Jon is just an excellent depiction of this feeling. His whole essence, his dripping essence, his ups and downs, I feel them too. I relate to him wanting to leave and join the Night's Watch because being around people, even the ones that care about you, it can remind you what you don't have. That feeling of always feeling like an outsider, and I think that is key to understanding Jon. He always feels like an outsider. And no matter the successes or the connections you make in life, you always feel like that outsider and it always blinds you. Damn, okay. Now I could continue here, but I wanted to give this a quick try and see if people like this kind of content. but I can do a lot more characters that I relate to or that I don't relate to in Game of Thrones or many other shows that we talk about. But Game of Thrones is especially fun for this. And if you haven't already and you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, jump in the comment section and let me know what characters you personally relate to and why, and also let me know if you'd like to see more of this kind of content in the future. Everybody, thank you so much. Talk to you later.